keep everybody on their toes. At least I'm not late this time, right? Well, hey-o, people. I see there was a couple people waiting for me to start. Nice to see you. Just continuing off from last week, where I was working on the main quest for some of my alternate characters, since we have the opportunity to use the extra experience buffs. So first thing we're going to do is obviously remember to go get that before we start. And this time I actually brought my little pumpkin along. Right, so last time I had pretty pathetic gear, and I was fighting against some higher level stuff when I tried to do the dungeons in party mode after we finished each map. But I am bringing slightly better gear this time, and we're at a lower level, so I might be able to get the dungeon soloed as well this time. And hello, Plinko. Good question. What does the pumpkin do? It's a mystery, huh? Oh, shoot, I have forgotten to use a sprite. I don't keep any in my inventory. I suppose I've got a lot of LP. I could get the really fancy one, but nah. Save it for next time. Actually, I think I'd like to save it for my holy sword, who I very dumbly took the buff on this morning before work. I suppose I should actually answer what the pumpkin does, right? So this here Pumpkin Pal is a quest experience buff, a mastery experience buff, and a little move speed buff. Ugh. Someone making fun of me for my 158 gold. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody is DMing me calling me rich because they saw my 158 gold. Name and shame. Actually, what I should get is a bunch of these quest experience books too, because I'm going to use one on every quest. Think 40 should be enough? Alright, let's go. Yeah, we're just gonna chat with this guy for a while, I suppose. Actually, I've noticed that in the later maps there is a lot more just chat with people quests. But we'll get through it all. Actually, am I still on the S5 weapon? Yeah, I am. And it's only +9 as well. Hello, Zeogia. Not sure what you're biting your nails over. And good evening, Resonant. Actually, you could probably tell by the way I'm playing it, but I barely played Lance, and it doesn't help that my my keyboard is still in the learning phase here. Hello, Crewneck Studios. Nice to see you just stopping by. Lately on streams, I've been like 30% gameplay, 70% complaining about I'm not used to my new keyboard yet. So, excuse me for being a broken record about that. And I gotta get used to throwing in the lightning strike. Oh, we have another person here. Nefbolten. That's a lot of consonants in a row there. I'm not entirely sure how to say your name. Oh, ex-Chibi. So you're the one DMing me in game right now. You're lucky it's hidden behind my character so that people can't see everything you're saying. The X. Actually, why am I using the Beavis mount? A defense mount too, jeez. Well, thanks for stopping by. Although I should have known as soon as I saw you DMing me on Discord. Alright, the bounce on the lightning skill here is... How many bounces does it even have? 4 chain, but it's significantly smaller than Rav. And I was actually doing a little bit of work on my Grenadier today as well, and I feel like even the Grenadiers have got a bigger bounce range. Oi. I don't know, that's my favorite skill, the where you throw down the lance. Oh, did you take the name Afternoon? You know, I've heard that there's a player by the name of Moon who often gets confused for me because the name is similar. Oh, shoot, I didn't use a quest book. Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot. Gotta get in the habit of popping those quest books. Maybe if I stick a quest book on... I'm not gonna be using Ballad on the map, so I can put it on Ballad. Alright, this is the best chain it could possibly have. It didn't even make it to that guy. And of course Hymn of Doom is like the main skill, but it's still pretty. I like the way that it actually puts your current lance into the ground, right? Like it doesn't just put in a generic weapon, it puts in the costume that you're using. That's what I like. Although, was that upside down? Did they have the blade upward? Hold on, we'll have to check that. Alright. Yes. The blade is sticking up. Hey, well, I got these for in that tiny little... Okay, I'm gonna check. What is the range on this? Database website, what do you say? Oh, Plinko, that's a good point. I wouldn't want to damage the blade on my beautiful Naginata. Classes, let's see, Lancer. Oh, database is running slow for me. I think it might just run slow when I'm live streaming because I've got so much happening. Because I never have an issue with the database loading slowly, except when I'm live streaming. Must be our poor, poor internet. That's what you get in Canada, and there's like basically only 2 companies that even offer internet services. Lightning strike. Because the bounce range is 14 meters, but that just doesn't feel like it's accurate. I am 99% sure that gigabit fiber is not even a thing. And even if it was, it wouldn't run directly to our unit. What's the Grenadier bounce? Hold on, where is it listed in here? Phase shift laser, cannon charge. Oh, it actually doesn't say on the database because it's an extra effect on the weapon mastery, so it's not listed in the stats for the class. But oh well. Oh, that's a good point. What is the Holy Sword bounce range? Holy Sword. On Divine Thunderstrike. 20 meters. And then Ravager. Oh, Ravager's is going to be on the mastery as well, so I don't think we'll see a range. Alright, learn magic detection. This is one of those weird ones where you just have to go through the statuses. I better close the database before I kill my internet. Yeah, so apparently that's not even 14 meters, huh? But that is. Interesting. And how many meters tall that makes us? That was the longer it felt like. I don't know. One more pink guy. Lance really doesn't feel that great for just killing mobs like this. I feel like it's much better for like nuking bosses in large groups with the Hymn of Doom. Oh, I forgot to check what my experience was when we started again. I always forget to check that. My speed at 50%? Yeah. Okay, just for a quick peek over my skills, or my gear here. I'm using the S5 top set fortified to plus 30 because I was being very silly. It's a really economical set, but it's really not worth going to S30. I think it would have made a lot more sense to just stick with my level 90 gear right up until S10, rather than fortifying these up. But I didn't really have anything better to do with my at the time, so I did anyway. And then I've got my S10 bottom set. Triple Bestial because I actually put the effort in to get Bestial cores, which can be pretty expensive if you're buying, but I think I crafted them. And then I've got Lydia's Alchemy, Felix's Horn, and Banga's Corroded Skin, because that's the one that gives you crit damage and crit damage cap. So when your gear is a little lower, this is better than Agni. Now, right now, I'd probably definitely benefit more from Agni, but I don't feel like going and getting it off of my other characters. Let's just kick out this guy, shall we? What other set, Blanco? The only other one that I can think of for S5 is Eternal, right? The one with the pen? Oh. Yeah, I wish. I don't think I've got enough gold to buy half of one piece of that set. I actually probably shouldn't kill those guys because it's going to eat one of my experience books if it's got a daily quest on it, but sure, we'll go with that. Is this a bad time to say that I've actually never engaged with any One Piece media ever? Oh, it's a cutscene. I really want to say, give me back my hard work, something, 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 missed that. Crystal laziness sighs, and then Vaughn says, oh, are you finally willing to speak up? Truly lazy. I've been talking for almost an hour, and I almost thought I only got a regular gem. He's talking about the one that you have, X. Vaughn is, I like Vaughn's character design, because blue is actually my favorite color, you know, but, he has been hanging around the story for a long time there, Blade. Actually, I'm curious. Would it be better to use one upgraded version of that whale set and lose the stat bonus for the full set until you can get the rest of them upgraded, or would it be better to hold off until you've got the full set upgraded? Kind of feels like that's a huge sink to be able to use your fancy gear. Yeah, I figured as much. Well, I've got 3 hours on my carnival left. And these guys are close enough that that'll work on a lot of them too. You know, now that you mention it, when they say that they're removing gear, what if they mean Agni? Like from not from our game, of course, but from Aura Kingdom Impact. They said that they were going to remove some gear, not just gear prefixes. So what if they mean they're going to remove Agony because they regret the fact that it's like the set that everyone uses? I mean, obviously aside from Abyss. Yeah, I really want to see what it's gonna be like. But after I made the video, it kind of clicked that it's gonna be level 60 before you can even start infusing eidolons on your skills. So that's quite a time investment to even see what the game is like. And I don't even know if the game is going to start with a level 60 being available. Hello, Lousy, and yes, that's correct. Tsukuyomi is supposed to be a dude. Mine is named Bedtime. The cap was not level 60 when Aura Kingdom came out. The highest map was Kaktakara. I mean, this is solo mode. I can just run through. There's no reason to take it easy. Alright, and I am gonna try party mode. Oh, I see what you mean, but... You know, back in the day, I don't know if I should even admit to this, but I was really, really bad at farming gold. So someone actually paid me 6,000 gold, which was quite a bit at the time, to sit at an NPC and buy weapons until I got a set for all the elements where it was both nocturnal and plus 30% damage to that element. So nocturnal very much was a thing back then, but we all used weapons like this. And the very best ones, hold on, go back here, hold that button. And the very best ones were nocturnal, plus they had the damage to target element. I actually bought myself my own set, and I kept it for ages. Oh, I forgot I don't like that skill. Oh, sorry, Lousy, you just missed him. I'm sure we'll see him again soon. Yeah, there was people who specifically just wanted the move speed buff from Bard as well, since that was the only one that had move speed back in the day. The other thing people had, yeah, was the class buff accessories, and I think I've still actually got my class buff accessories on a couple of them from back in those days. Not on this character, or maybe on this character. Oh, there's a cooldown on changing gear tabs. Yeah, no, not on this character, but on some of my characters on the alternate gear tabs, I've actually still got the buff gear. I assume Pikmin would taste something like salad? I don't know. They look leafy to me. I've never actually played a Pikmin game. Whew. I'm actually so bad at this that even if it was possible in my gear, I wonder if I would even be able to beat this in party mode. And I left Persephone on midday, so it's not like I can just use that for the cheese. You kind of gotta nuke this boss here. Yeah, okay, when you say you don't need to super nuke him, the point is that if you get the if you can't kill him before the end of the cycle where he inflicts the explosion, it's definitely going to be a one-shot in me in my current gear. So when you X say that you don't need to nuke him, sure. But for me, if I go in here, and I'm not even going to bother with hell mode because I know I won't be able to. If I go in here, even assuming I could beat the first boss, I don't have enough DPS to be able to take down the boss before I get hit by the automatic one-shot. That's my suspicion, or my thought process here anyway. But we're doing it because apparently I suffer. Oh, lousy. I will always say to go for dark because the eidolons for physical are too expensive, but people in the Discord lately have been saying that you don't need anything for physical Astro because, or rather I should say Stellar Sphere, because it's just so much more powerful than dark, but you can pry my Star Patrol out of my cold dead hands, so I choose dark. Ho, 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 ho. See, that's the thing is, X, is that lately in the Discord, people have been saying that specifically for Stellar Saphir, the physical skills are just so much better than Star Patrol that they do more damage. So what I was thinking is, I used the, whatchamacallit, I used the boost card from my level S10 box on Scrub to create a level 75 Stellar Saphir. So I was thinking I would do some damage tests there where I don't have any archive to back me up and see whether or not that's really true, that having 0 dark and 0 physical archive, physical is actually objectively better. Wait, is it 85? I don't know. I rarely use a boost card. It might have been Lux that was even saying it. It was Lux or somebody else. Hey. Oh shoot, my ballad. Yeah, guys, I still haven't even broken through his shield. The thing I don't necessarily agree with when you say that is that Lux is used to playing with a lot more archive than your average person, so he might have a ridiculous amount of, or not even a ridiculous, but just a decent amount of physical archive, and not be considering what happens when you have 0 archive and you get to endgame and all the dungeons are debuffing you. Anyway, you saw me tickling that boss. There is literally 0 reason to continue doing this. I've got nowhere near enough damage to be able to get through this. I mean, maybe if I pop some food, but I'm pretty sure this amazing set of gear here, level S5 plus 9 weapon. Well, yeah, of course this is my ult. This isn't my main. Oh, sorry, this is my main account. I've still got my archive here. Yeah, X has a habit of saying that I'm ridiculously bad at this game in general, and honestly, for this class, that's true. Lousy, of course I don't mind if you make fan art of my character. That would be amazing. But please do share it with me because I love to see it. I mean, I guess you wouldn't make fan art and then not share it. It would be my first fan art. Actually, no, that's not true. Lally made me a Microsoft Paint picture a little while back that I posted on my community tab. Yeah, Lally made me blonde. I was very surprised. I'm gonna ignore that part of the conversation, but X, as far as what Lux is saying, I still would prefer to test it on my own brand new account because I don't think Lux is testing on actual accounts. Oh hey, Aichi-kun! What do you mean by commission? Are you testing the characters as well? Oh heck, we're almost at the goat oil quest. I don't know why I thought you were saying like commission in terms of like commissioning testing gear and stuff. Yeah, so originally I was thinking I would do a live stream of level 1 to 100 on my scrub account to see how long it would take there when I don't have my move speed and stuff. But ultimately I decided to do Stellar Saphir for the boost card instead. Well, that's exciting, Aichi-kun. I'm looking forward to seeing what you got done. Are you serious? Oh my god. I'm in ChatGPT, guys. That's how you know I made it big. Actually, I googled Aura Kingdom, or not googled, sorry. I looked up Aura Kingdom on YouTube just because I wanted to see whether or not there was anybody else looking into what was going on for Aura Kingdom Impact. And I kind of just got... I saw that when you search Aura Kingdom, it actually prompted Midday as one of like the subsections that you could search for. And I don't know, it's kind of weird, you know? You know, I'm not super big on AI in terms of like replacing creative work because like that's the most fun thing to do. Like that's what I don't want to be like over exaggerating and saying it makes life worth living, but the amount of enrichment that people get from creative work I find to be really valuable and important. So it kind of sucks to take away that from people and give it to computers. But on the other hand, I have heard a lot of stuff like I remember back in the day we used to run folding at home on our PlayStation 3. Like it was super janky, but like at the time you could just run folding at home on your PlayStation 3 to basically lend your compute power from your PlayStation 3 to people that were processing, what was it, folding proteins? Oh, I didn't mean to use a charm there. And I thought that was really cool, and apparently AI has done a lot of help in those kind of fields. But yeah, no, it sucks to be like stealing people's creative work and then trying to copy it, right? It's so weird. I thought that'd be something I wouldn't have to think about for at least another little while, huh? Well, X, let's just say I'm not going to be making like an AI chatbot for people to talk to and pretend they're talking to me, because that's weird. Oh, that's actually reminds me of a video I was watching recently. Um, it's actually quite interesting because the reason why I started watching the video was because it was a creator talking about what do you call it? Really bad sponsorship offers that they've received. No, of course there's an AI that plays games for you. Anyway, so I was watching this video that was about sponsorship offers that people had received. And one of the sponsorship offers they had received was basically like, "Hey, we'll make an AI of you that your subscribers can chat with by paying for every single message to talk to an AI version of you." And number one, ew. Number two, what the heck? And number three, in that video, they actually I thought that to do simul streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, you would need like a subscription program because I keep getting advertisements for those. But apparently there are plugins that for OBS that do it for free. So I'm gonna start playing around with that to see whether or not it's something that I can viably do on my Canadian internet. I assume that the subscription services handle the actual sending of the data to multiple places, whereas if I do it locally, I would have to have enough bandwidth to send it to both places at once, and that's questionable. But yes, human greed. Not going to Twitch, but I might see whether or not simultaneous streaming might be able to get more people interested in trying Aura Kingdom. That's all I'm here for. Well, and saying dumb things. Oh boy. I sure hope none of my trainees from work are chilling in the chat today. Okay, well, it feels kind of awkward to talk about it, but as of yesterday, I did just get my second ever, well, X, they'll figure it out as soon as they subscribe, I suppose. I actually did hit the threshold for my second ever YouTube payout, so next month, YouTube's gonna send me a check. So that's exciting. Went out for a coffee yesterday to celebrate when I hit the number, which is $100 Canadian. Woohoo! Actually, you know, I tallied up everything that I spent to like to buy the programs that I needed and the editing software and whatnot. And technically, if you exclude my phone, I'm in the black. I've actually earned more than I have spent on software and gear, like my microphone and whatnot. So that was really cool. But in order to use the software that I do, you know, electricity isn't super expensive here. Maybe this is TMI, but I do about... Our electricity is about $25 a month. A bit more in the summer because of the air conditioning, but we don't need to pay for heating in the winter. I got some expenses coming up, though. I'm excited. Wait, $700 a month just for electricity? What the heck? Okay, but maybe you live in a slightly larger place. Remember that I live not only in a condo, but I split the bills. I don't live alone. That is seriously a lot. You know, speaking of subs, a delivery fee for electricity. And a convenience fee to pay your bill online, and... Maybe it's because in BC we use mostly hydroelectric power, but yeah, no, the bill's about $100 every other month, and then split it between two people. It's about $50 every other month. It's not too shabby. I mean, everything else here is super expensive. Like, property is ridiculous, so something's gotta be less expensive, right? Only the finest for your electricity. Where's my water? Can you believe we're only, what, 45 minutes in and I already drank my entire coffee? Wow. I should have, you know, before I started the stream, I thought, do I go to the grocery store and get, like, a bottle of iced coffee? Or do I go to the bread store and get a nice bread for dinner? And I ended up going for a nice piece of bread, but a major drinking problem. Oi. I do not have a major drinking problem. As you can see, there is only 2 cups of coffee on my desk. It is a very normal amount of coffee. Hold on. There. One more. You know, I was about to say, nothing bad has ever happened to me for drinking too much coffee. But then I remembered that recently someone suggested that I should do like some horror streams and put on like a heart rate monitor or something. And I was like, maybe my heart rate would be too high before I even start the horror game. And then, well, that idea fell through. Actually, I don't know how much, like, I don't know how people do heart rate monitors. That might be something to look into because it might be fun. I always tell people that the reason why I don't do PvP is because my heart rate goes so high, but if you guys actually saw it in person, just how high it goes from that, it might be fun. You know, X, my goal for the year was 2,000 subs. I thought that that would be a good goal for the year. And that's now less than 2 per day until the end of the month, so, or sorry, the end of the year, so that's feeling really doable, but 1,000,000 seems like it's a little ways away yet. We'll see. I still think 1,000,000 is oh, I'm a little ways away from going that big, that's for sure. Twitch took away the rule that you can't be partner if you stream, like if you simultaneously stream, right? They removed that rule, I think. I'd have to double check. I seem to remember reading that somewhere. Gloomy is, right. I think it's, like, supposed to be the gates to hell or something. This game's got a lot of places that kind of look like the gates to hell. This music isn't exactly suitable. Hold on. This isn't exactly suitable either, but at least it's a little more intense. As usual, I've just got my collection of Hoyoverse music because it's all, happy as the gates of hell. It's my Hoyoverse collection of music because they don't claim anything, and I like it. I don't even play this game anymore, and I still like the music. Oh, wait. Oh, I play Genshin. This particular song is from Honkai Star Rail. Yeah, for Genshin, they just had the new patch preview. And oh boy, it looks pretty intense. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, no, X, you don't want to mess with the Honkai Star Rail gacha. I don't think that's a good idea. It looks like for the way that the meta developed, basically all of the new characters, they haven't released any 4 stars in a long time, and all of the new characters basically are always top meta, so you have to keep going for the new characters. Is what I've read, because I actually haven't played it in probably like 6 months. The last time I seriously played was oh, hello Steelo, Ravager and Ranger and Lancer rework. I anticipate it should be in the summer, which is a bit vague, but it's the revisions have been about a year apart, and our last one, I believe, was in August, so I feel like estimating July or August would be reasonable. Yeah, look at all the flaming lava and whatnot. Have you not gotten here before, Lousy? Is it your first time seeing this dungeon? And, yes, X, there is, but it's not open right now. How do I level up characters fast, Simo? Or how in general are characters leveled up fast? Because I'm not super fast at it. Basically, daily quests are the fastest way to just grind a little bit every day. Fair enough, Lousy. And then every time you do run dungeons, pump up as many buffs as you possibly can, just to take the advantage of it as much as possible. So, like, personally, I use the quest experience books because I have plenty enough LP for it to be worth it. The other thing I do is, I actually run dimension halls on a lot of my characters every single day. So even if I'm not, like, actively grinding on them, they're not just, vibing at the same level for 6 months when I'm not actively working on them. That's how this Missy was already level at 21 before I even started the level 20 map, because I was running the dimension hall on her daily. You know, the interesting thing, now that I think about it, Steelo, if you're still around, is when Aura Kingdom Impact comes out, that might already have, like, not the exact same rework, but it might have a versions of the new skills on instead of the old ones. So we might be able to get a sneak peek of what they're like. LP for someone who's level 99 and below, highly recommend doing the Goat World bosses. I've actually got a video about that. If you want, I can post the link, but you can also just search my my channel for world bosses and you'll find it. Oh, this is just the Mirabelle quests. There's a Mirabelle in... Oh. Someone just sent me a USB heart rate monitor. Okay, let's see how much it costs. Like 31 bucks US? So maybe something like 50 bucks Canadian? How's our dollar right now? Well, my I've got the video about the world bosses, but here's the link to the sheet that'll tell you when they are. That way, if you want to check him out at some time, you can stop by. Every goat that you attack will get you 2 boxes that can have a bunch of 50 LPs, or sometimes it even drops 2,000 LPs in one go. So that's a really good way to farm LP before you awaken, especially if you're trying to get the awakening key so that you can just get past the challenge without fighting it. Anyway, that's basically it for Miss Evenfall here. So I dare say we are ready to move on to the Bond dungeons. Just warning my partner here. Ah, yes, the goats are... I think the goats are still ridiculously weak, so you can easily one-shot them. You know, I'm gonna put her away, or him, I guess. We're gonna put Tsukuyomi away. That way I don't accidentally lose him. Oh, my typing is still miserable. Just gotta switch accounts to get to my scrub. What is my password? Hello, Leotor. And do you like ranged classes or do you like melee classes? Because absolutely the Stellar Saphir class that Lousy keeps calling Astrologer is it's a good class for new players because it's got a lot of internal buffing. And like you can choose between different buffs that will help you depending on what you need most in the circumstance. It's also got really wide AoE, but it is a ranged class, and I know some people just don't vibe with ranged classes. Oh, right, I sent this to myself. Oh, I already had one. Oh, well. Guess I'll give it back. But if you like melee classes, or at least shorter range, technically I guess you could call the Actually, now that I think about it, what would be the best melee class right now? Because all the ones that I think of when people ask what for the OP classes these days are ranged. Like wizard people are saying is like pretty high tier these days, right? Oh, I have an experience book here too. Yeah, I think nowadays the best classes are Chip, which is the lowest range, but still technically ranged. Stellar Sphere and Wizard are pretty good ones. I mean, I guess it just helps that being a ranged class, you don't have to get up in the face of the enemies and tank all the damage. You can dodge a little better. Like even Ravager's, the main thing that I like Ravager for is the ranged skill. I still need to get one of these, right? I don't know if Lancer is super newbie friendly though. Well, hello there, Martin. It's going pretty good. Oh, Guardian might not be a bad suggestion if you wanted a really good melee class, because it's got really high defense, but then once you get the mastery to level 60, you can go discard shield. What the heck is my order? BWD. I don't know that that's very, yeah, you're right. I don't know if it's newbie friendly, especially since your actual nuke skill doesn't even start until you get level 60 mastery. It's charm. I don't know if Nunchuck is a great class either. All of my alts are in really low level gear, and Nunchuck I find to be the weakest. This, like, of all my characters that are in low gear and running every now and then, just randomly, doesn't feel very good. Oh, why is my NPC not talking to me? Here we go. Should I have another coffee? Hold on. Hold on. Alright. Let go, you handle the boss. We'll get another coffee. There we go. No, Duelist does not. You were doxed last time, sorry. Duelist doesn't really need to get a nocturnal weapon because it's got the envoy spot if you take it. And if you stick around, I'll eventually be on my Duelist and I can show you where it is. You know, one of the good things about coffee is cafes. It gives me a great place to go for a walk. Because I like going for walks, but it just kind of sucks to go for a walk and like not have a target in mind. Switching caps lock. Hey, it didn't take me that long to get out another coffee. I think for the rest of them we'll do a double though. Actually, Lousy, you know, it's funny, a couple weeks ago after I finished my stream and walked out, my roommate was like, coffee jelly, and it was amazing. It's actually really, really nice, especially if you serve it either as like coffee jelly on ice cream, or if you do like a coffee jelly with a little bit of cream in the bottom. Of course, as soon as I started talking about it, I pull out my little cafe car mount here. You can make it at home with literally just some gelatin and espresso. And then water to taste, of course. Actually, you know, I was watching some videos last night on YouTube, and yes, give it a shot. You can add a little bit of sugar to the coffee when you do the gelatin too, so it's not just bitter. Personally, I do think a really bitter coffee with a really creamy ice cream is a really nice combination as well. But that aside, I was watching a video last night where someone was talking about that Dalgona coffee, where you take instant coffee and you add a bit of sugar and hot water, and then you can whip it into a foam, and I'd really like to try that. So as a treat, I might pick up some instant coffee. I don't normally keep it around the house, but I might pick it up just to try it as a treat. Not only does it sound tasty, it looks really, really cool. So if I do get the chance to make some, maybe I'll post a picture on the, whatchamacallit tab, the community tab. Yeah. Speaking of miserable gear, this little missy's in pretty bad gear too, huh? Hey, Plinko, I think you doxed yourself. Man, now I kind of want coffee jelly, too. Oh, congratulations on the level up. Alright, and we're gonna go to Kalis. I've actually been working on leveling up Kalis here because I'm trying to get to S15 so we can start on the next Dimension Hall level. So I've done basically 50% experience in 2 days. It's been pretty intense. Okay, 45% because I figured we'd get 5 more with the, whatchamacallit, get 5 more with the Dimension Hall, but I guess that might be a little optimistic. Oh shoot, and I left my pumpkin on my alt. Did I actually spawn my pumpkin while I was running the quests? I might not have. Wow. Like, you know, I'm gonna go back and check afterwards, but I think I might have actually just forgotten. I'm the best. I am like the best gamer in the entire world. I gotta lock in. Maybe I need another coffee. What are you talking about? That's Coffee Canter 5. Oh, whoop, not that one. I just made that one bigger. You know what? We're gonna make this one a really big one. Oh boy. I'm doing good, guys. Now I gotta try to buy a charm without getting in any of the bad zones. Okay, so when I was doing this one day, right around here, there's a spot where you can fall through the ground. But I've only hit it once. I'm gonna need a bigger desk, you know? If I want any more coffee, yeah, I think I might need a bigger desk. Wait, does Festivus have a, an immunity skill that you pulled her out to... Oh. You know, I figured it was something like that. You see this? This person trying to get me demonetized by spawning scantily clad characters onto the screen? You know what, X? Occasionally my partner here decides that they want to detonate the bombs before I'm out of range. It just happens sometimes. It's a mystery why. Maybe it's because I do a bad job planting the bombs. I'm not very consistent at getting all of them. Yes, it actually does kill you. I suppose now we have to illustrate, so Plinko, do the honors. Voila, it kills you. Alright, now that you got it out of your system, you don't have to do it again, right? Yeah, I think the interesting part is the contracts. Hey, how did you manage to get yourself dead? Nah, this time's for real. we go. But nothing good. One of these days we're gonna get one of the Pond trophies from that dungeon. Seems like the market for the Bonton trophies from here might be a little bit oversaturated because I'm actually kind of struggling to sell the last one that I got. The animation for that skill is so pretty. When you're on flat ground and you can see the way that it spreads out across everything, it's very beautiful. Come here. Alright, now let's see if I was right about getting 5%, although without my little pumpkin. Yeah, I was aiming for 75% on this little guy today. I did daily quests from S10 all the way down to, oh geez, what dungeon was that? The one where Vault of Eternity is. That's a level 80 map, I want to say? Maybe it's 70. I forget. Yeah, I did daily quests all the way down to Sun Hunter's Vale. Oh, 0.4% short. I've got a... You know what? I'll let it slide. Tomorrow's a day off, so I can spend a... Oh, no, I can't spend time running dungeons tomorrow. I have to go out and be a normal human tomorrow. Alright, next up is... Oh, this is the Holy Sword guy that I'm going to be running on probably next week, I suppose, but, yeah. Wait. What do you mean, trollo, low, low, low? What does that have to do with anything? Oh, shoot, I don't even have World Chat open right now. And it didn't save whatever was said. Send me a screenshot on Discord. I'm curious as to what you're talking about now. Actually, it's probably gone on your screen too. Oi. Oh, somebody's selling the fusion armor. Or the fusion scroll for the fancy accessory set. Quick, Xdil, go get it! I'm gonna need more charms. Oh, did you just DM me because you already have it, or? Oh. Yeah, the memory boxes aren't fixed yet. So, like, I assumed that they were aware that the memory boxes weren't working. So I just kind of figured they'd fix them with the first maintenance. But they weren't fixed. I've been running that event daily on like 6 characters, just building up the boxes, so I'm really hoping that they fix it next week. But this time I've actually submitted a ticket. Actually, now that I think about it, I could check out and see if they responded to my ticket. What'd they say? Too busy with Aki. Alright, so maybe we have to make this clear now. Are we gonna call it Aki? AKI, Aki? Do we vibe with calling it that? Yeah, quickly just logging into the Members Center. Customer support. English. Huh. Did they close my ticket? Oh, no, there it is. No, it's just the automatic response. I'm sorry, Plinko, you're gonna have to start again. No, they don't work on weekends, but I actually submitted it on Thursday morning, so I thought perhaps if it was just a quick, yeah, we know, we'll fix it next week, they might have responded on Friday, but that's okay. It is what it is. Not like they can fix it before next Wednesday anyway. They are doing maintenance a day early. And the other thing about the memory box event this week is that it's much easier items to get your hands on. Which is why I was running it on so many characters. Is Rav still good, Wholesome Zed? Absolutely. Fire Rav is absolutely killing it. I love my Fire Rav. It's my favorite class to play. For the Firebounds, actually. Yeah, no, it's actually probably my favorite class to play. When you're running dungeons, it is just so satisfying to throw out one fire axe and gather up all the mobs. I love it. You got me again. Yeah, they did change the login rewards there, Martin. You're right. That was, I was so happy to see the whatchamacallem coins. They used to have, the, whatchamacallem coins, the Eidolon Wish coins in there, and I thought that was a really good choice, and I wonder whether or not it's just that they, accidentally overrode it, or if they intentionally overrode it. I don't think it was that broken, having the Eidolon Wish coins on there. Did I get them all? Oh, look at that! I even got them all in one go. That's actually pretty rare. These, when they have the large groups and you kind of have to balance between them, I do a pretty bad job of placing the bombs most of the time. $5 per week? I mean, you can get one box per character, Oh, sorry, you mean the wish coins. I thought you were, for some reason I was looking at the memory box one. Oh, Oh, they removed those too! That means I'm not gonna get my, Darn, I was really excited for Scrub to get her hands on those 2 new Eidolons, and I guess the way that they changed it now I didn't get the, Oh, that does suck. I hope it was at least the Eidolon that she already had that she's gonna miss out on. Because like, I had both of the Eidolons on my main account. I don't even remember what they are anymore. Was it Eris and Uller? Because I already had Uller. Okay, well, I mean, for my Scrub account, that's okay, but that still really sucks. Man. Alright, well, now that I've closed that, I can go back to my screen health, which looks like it's healthy. Hello, here's my Rav. She's only level 22, not because I don't love her, but because I've got her built for farming on the map, because the Fire Bounce skill is the best skill in the game to farm items on. So I don't use her much in terms of actual combat here. But the reason why I picked Ravager on my brand new account was because I really like the Fire Bounce skill. So I completely stand by picking Ravager as your first class. It's not the best in the game, but it is fun. Yeah, so I don't know whether or not you watched my I did a live stream series on a brand new account to test out what it was like for new players and like what kind of hurdles they would hit. And I did pick Ravager in knowing that it's not like the best DPS class, but it is a lot of fun, and I think that the like you can gather up a whole bunch of enemies using the Fire Bounce skill and then leech life off of them with the Tornado Spin. It's a lot of fun. Though personally I play more as a fire DPS than gather him up and knock him down kind of thing. Not that they're gonna struggle later in the game. I struggle a little bit because, like I said, I haven't built up my gear on this character. Oh, hey, Nanashi. Ravagers will absolutely rock it in dungeons because they do such a good job of gathering up all the enemies, whereas other classes will take more time to gather up all the mobs because they have to actually go in and target them, whereas Rav, you throw out one fire axe and you got every mob in the dungeon after you. It's a bit of an exaggeration. Hey. They just don't have, like, the definitive nuke skill like some of the other classes have. For example, I mean, for my Stellar Sphere, I play the Dark, so the Star Patrol is an absolute monster in terms of AoE and damage for me. When you're talking about Chibi, obviously it's Vortex. Is gonna nuke everything that it touches it. Yeah, but they just don't have that definitive skill. And also, X, I still think that you don't get to decide whether or not classes have nuke skills when you've got so much archive that everything dies when you get near it. Oops, where's my... Just, like, some of the other classes have, like Lancer we were talking about earlier has the Hymn of Doom, which is like the big one, right? Yeah, Wholesome, I was talking about that earlier too. I was thinking that Aki will have the like post rework version of Lancer and Ranger, so we might see not necessarily exactly what we're gonna get. Wait, hold on a second. X, aren't you the one that gives me sass for saying Vo instead of VOE, and now you're saying Hod instead of Hymn of Doom? Wow. I just can't win. Well, I called it Hymn of Doom, so what you gonna do about it? Well, maybe you should. Maybe you should play your Lancer more. Maybe you should level up the character called Afternoon and confuse people because they'll think you're me. Shinobi rework. I think they did like a mini rework of Shinobi in the last couple of years, didn't they? Maybe I'm completely off base, but I seem to remember that they did a teeny little rework where they buffed some stuff. It could probably use more, but everybody uses it as a subclass. I don't know that many main Shinobis. No, that's not quite what I meant. Like obviously, if you build up fire, your fire skill is going to be the best, but it doesn't have that. Like you said, there's other classes that put down a big area of effect and then absolutely destroy the boss when you just sit and stare at it. Whereas you're not gonna your fire slash, if you're doing the your flame slash, isn't gonna sit and kill a boss over and over again the same way that a bunch of the other classes have those area of effect skills that are their main nukes. Like even bow on dark bow, you've got the trail from what do you call it? Dimensional arrow. I guess that's what I was kind of thinking was those big one hit, you take down the boss while you sit and look pretty. Yeah, that's right. That's just how good fire the flame slash skill is. You can also choose to build up your storm damage, and some people, I guess, choose to go physical. But it's in order to build up physical, you kind of need what Festival Queen of Hearts or New Year's Queen of Hearts. And I mean, I've got her, but she's only 1 star. Right? Yeah. Relatedly, since I've opened up my Eidolon list here, I need time of day names for some Eidolons. So if anybody in the chat has a time of day that is not spoken for inside my list here, and there's a lot of times of day in here, feel free to shout it in chat and I might rename an Eidolon. Because I'm out of ideas. Well, yeah, Razor Wind is strong. It's one of the main skills that people use when it's a subclass, too. It's just that you can't spam it, right? Because you need the charges. Now, if I was being smart, I would be a shinobi sub on my whip. Have a good evening, Lousy. And take care with your teeth surgery. Oh. Wizard did not just get a slight rework. Wizard is now top tier. I mean, the adjustments were quite small, but they were very effective. And here's a pro tip. I can actually show you guys later once I get to my wizard. But wizard actually has such a fast auto attack. Like the travel speed of wizard's attacks are so fast that you do not even dismount when you attack mobs from your mount. They just die. Makes it look like you're cheating. I'll show you later when we get to wizard, if you stick around. Might be about 30 minutes till I get there. Did you pull out your New Year's Queen of Hearts just to flex? Yes. She's pretty though, right? She's gorgeous. That was not a great shot to try and show off what she looks like. Sure, it's not a flex. Why would you use a physical eidolon on the one class that is like objectively, or not the one, but one of the classes that objectively cannot be played as physical? Hey X, can you play a physical Starcaller? Oh no, sorry, they are on Stellar Sphere. My bad. It's because you're small. I assumed you were a Starcaller. That's a strike for me. Maybe I need another coffee. Wait, I should attack the boss. Right? Wholesome, I don't even need to say hypothetically, because I have done it in a single live stream before. Just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna put a little coffee there. And the minimum it took me was just around 11 hours. Yeah, no, I did a full live stream from level 1 to 100. Well, 101, because there is no level 100. Let's just say I am glad that there is nowhere to check in game the number of hours that I've put in. DB. I mean, you don't really need the buff from the little lady in Port Scandia to get all the way to cap level or level 99 at 99% just from the main quest. I'm pretty sure just a sprite will do ya. But that was actually one of the things I wanted to check by running on my my fresh account. But listen, when I have played this game since it came out in 2014 after when the open beta started, I don't want to know how many hours I put in, okay? That's news that I just don't need to hear. Like, frick, I don't want to just have to bring this up every single time, but when I went to visit LTT, they didn't give us any, like, primer about the questions they were gonna ask. So when they asked, how many hours have you played the game that you've played the most, my answer became extremely vague because I didn't even want to estimate how many hours I've played Aura Kingdom 4 in total. What did I say? I said a couple hundred hours every couple months? So... yeah, if I had been playing on Steam, I didn't use the Steam client. It would have given me an hour total there, right? But that would have ended when the area version closed, so I wouldn't have the updated numbers. But yeah, no, I don't want to know. Oh, at least 12 hours for sure. S30 core, huh? Well, if you put something on the Steam store, that you have to offer transactions through Steam and then they get to skim off 30% of those transactions, so I can see why they don't feel like they want to put it on Steam. I mean, I know that Area had their separate client where you could then just purchase things by being linked to your Area account, right? But I don't know how the details work. I'm obviously not a game developer. If I was, do you think I'd be so bad at this game? People are so nice to me. Do I need another coffee to make up for my feelings being hurt? At least not during this section where I have run the risk of ending our run. I lure in the newbies with what looks like very simple advice, and then they get to mid-game and I'm like, hey, check the Discord and ask people for help. But that's why I'm trying to do more stuff on my alternate account, because the experience for new players is quite rough once they get to a certain point. Lux is scary. I don't know that I've ever spoken with Lux directly. Okay, Resident, you can't just say your numbers are not pretty and not share them. Now I'm curious. And Wholesome, as for the Discord, you're right. I should probably actually add a link to the Discord to my videos or something, because I know that right now the only place that you can actually access it, because it's not a public server, is by going to the Aura Kingdom website and clicking on the Discord icon. So yeah, maybe I'll add that into my video descriptions in the future. But you see, X, that's the problem, is that the new players can't get any total def shred. There's literally zero easy to get sources of that makes that advice helpful for players that aren't like ultra end game. So that's not the kind of advice that people kind of in the mid-tier, like people that are chilling around Awakening and they need advice on how to get through Awakening. Oh, I can help you with that, because I did it on a fresh account. It's past that I need to get more hands-on on my scrub account. Wholesome, I'm not gonna say that it is, because, and yes, Martin, I got myself the anima with the HST cups. That's how I got mine, so I didn't have to pay for it, and then I haven't been able to go to HST even once since I got it. But keeping that in mind, remember that I don't have access to that, and I don't pay any money for the game right now. Like, I have done a very minimal amount of spending in the past, and I can still solo the endgame dungeons. That being said, I have not played BDO or Terra, so I can't compare them to those kind of games. Oh, my weapon's about to break. Whoop. Right, so like I basically completely ignore total def shred, because that is the way that you would have to build to be able to solo something like the end floors of Vault of Eternity, but oh, you can absolutely do fashion. Particularly when costumes that I like are on Paragon. I like to snipe them off of other players. And the main way that I get funding is by running these bond dungeons and getting the costumes to sell. And then in the LP store, there's actually quite a big selection of body costumes as well. And these are all dyeable, so you can adjust the colors and whatnot. They're a little bit expensive, but there is a lot of fashion that is free. Don't I look pretty? This is my Urihime. She's beautiful. Wholesome, I believe you said you were over level 60. So, I've got a video that I made a little while back called about the world bosses. Check out the section about the goats, because those are the guys that can get you, yeah, so if you haven't done them before, check out the section of my video about the world bosses with regards to the goats, because that is the main way that players that are low levels can farm a ridiculous amount of LP. They run every 4 hours, and there's a group of players that are monitoring them to help keep them all nice and close together, so that you can get as many as possible in like the span of like 15-20 minutes. Maybe half an hour? Is that about how long goats take? Now, someone asked about it earlier and I had the link. What time is the next world boss anyway? Next spawn is... 2 a.m.-ish, I think? It looks like. Oh yeah, right now it's gonna be messy because it's, the goats are really, really weak. I suppose it's true, I actually don't do goats myself because I get most of my LP from bond dungeons. But right now the goats are extremely weak. Well... yeah, I don't run Vault of Eternity either. Probably should. I've got to, I gotta finish those achievements. Actually, now that I think about it, what is my achievement ranking right now? No, not there. Leaderboard. A lot of people doing, Atosh, number 22. Yeah, I got some catch up to do. A lot of people that do Vault of Eternity don't go to floor 12, and it takes quite a while, and right now I'm grinding on a bunch of characters because I want to get a bunch of characters leveled up right now. Like, especially while we have the buffs on. What Eidolon is it on floor 12 right now? Well, I guess not right now. In general, they're not going to change it. It didn't take us that long when we were doing it for the video. Did they buff it? Oh, Halloween Sashi or Muramasa? That could be really nice on Scrub. Hello Zashi is a pretty good fire Eidolon, right? Yeah, I guess it did take a little while. I remember when they forgot the debuffs and we just walked in and when they forgot the buffs and we just walked in and nuked everything. That was fun. Didn't blow up the bomb good enough. Right, close that before my internet freaks out again. You know, the thing I don't like about tier lists is that I'm bad at them. The only kind of tier lists that I feel super comfortable about doing would be like an opinion tier list, and I don't know whether or not anybody would stick around for that. I am planning on doing some live streaming for Aura Kingdom Impact, just because I want to see what it's like, and I may as well share my opinions and whatnot because I'm the most important person in the world, right? That seems dumb. But actually, I pulled a sneaky. I did a very sneaky thing. So, the Aura Kingdom Impact has a pre-registration page where you are allowed to get a personal link to share to recruit people so that they so you can get bonuses. So if you recruit 10 people and they sign up using your link, you can get a Muramasa key. So I pulled a sneaky and I created 3 accounts, 1 for me and 2 more. I actually don't have any more Gmails. So the codes that they give you don't appear to be locked to the account that's pre-registering. So my plan is on the release date, I'm gonna do a live stream and we're gonna give away some Muramasa keys. The other items were just costumes, and I suppose that people won't hurt. It won't hurt to give those away as well. But yeah, I feel like giving away a couple Muramasa keys on the release might be fun. But yeah, I was only able to make 2 extra accounts for that because they need either a Gmail or a they need a Gmail or a Twitter login. So I have 2 Gmail accounts and 1 Twitter login, so that's all I could get. Oh, but that was my sneaky. So when Plinko commented immediately, was I going to remove my link once I get enough for the bonuses? And I said I had a plan. That was my plan. My plan was to secretly use those extra accounts. Oh, who has a Facebook? Yeah, my mom has a Facebook. She uses it for like curling and spying on people in the neighborhood being silly. Did I forget to use a charm? I think I forgot to use a charm on that one, didn't I? Using a charm in these dungeons doesn't actually increase your chances of getting one of the Bond trophies. But it is how I keep up on my LP, so I try to use them. Oh shoot, I said I was going to give myself another copy, didn't I? I can't be a liar now. And we're just going to throw it here and like do another little one. There. It's like a Oh, Xenoblade! So here's the thing about Xenoblade. Nowadays, every time I sit down to play it, I want to play for like 6 hours. And I don't know... Like, I'm not doing a very good job of building my character. It's also very, but my character's a bit of a mess right now. Super enjoying it. But I keep not advancing the main story, and I keep just running around doing random quests and the character events and I say quests, they're missions. It just feels like it's probably not fun for anybody except me, and I don't know whether or not I can keep up the energy for that long. Actually, my voice is kind of going because I'm doing much more active training at work right now, so I spent, what, a solid 5 hours straight talking this morning. And my throat's already kind of starting to go, so... I don't know, if you think it would be interesting to just be goofing around in my my new mech in Xenoblade? Maybe we'll work something out. Maybe we'll figure something out. Oh, oh, that's right. Child is now on S30, so he can go into the next map. I have more main quests that I need to do now. Cool. You know, the other thing I kind of wanted to do for a live stream, there's a really... I put it on the list last year for my birthday, but there's this really old Wii game called Fragile, Farewell to the Ruins of the Moon. And I would love to live stream that game because it's super obscure. Ah, yeah, all the like the maps of the links between people and whatnot that the other Xenoblade Chronicles games have. It really rewards going around and like interacting with the world, which is it can be hit or miss, but I really like it. But yeah, the not that I'm like super worried about viewership or anything, because for those of you that have ad blockers on, I actually don't run ads while I'm live at all. So it doesn't really matter to me if there's not very many people watching because I'm playing a game that people aren't interested in. But at the same time, if nobody's really interested in watching something, it's not like there's even that much of a reason to live stream it, right? So I feel like it would be fun to branch out a little bit more and play some of these weird, obscure games that have just been sitting, waiting for the opportunity to be played again in my closet. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe people don't want to watch a heartfelt game with breaking weapons and a flashlight controlled by a Wiimote. Oh gosh, I don't even know if my Wiimote batteries work anymore. Apparently I am carrying a bunch of bombs. That's correct. I always take the bombs and he always takes the detonator. You want me to change it up next time? I've got to finish setting it up. Oi, don't give him any ideas. Yeah, no, if there's multiple bombs placed, he's got to target them to actually detonate the right one, but maybe next time I'll take the detonator since Plinko seems to not be able to help himself but kill me every time. Big SMH. You know, I'd be fine with it if they just gave me a trophy. Fund myself. Oh man, recently I was considering buying a dark manual. Because the majority of my classes are dark, but it just kind of sucks that the dark manual is the PvP oriented one, and I really don't like PvP. I think it was down to like, I want to say 60k? I decided against it. Physical manual is the only one that doesn't fuse, right? It's just on its own? I don't know why I opened up the store. Oh, I goofed. BW... yeah, I goofed. My bad. Well, I feel like I should probably finish a couple more archives before I start spending on fancy gear items. You know, if I wasn't going out tomorrow, I might have tried to do one of the earlier sky towers to see whether or not I can finally kill those freaking plants on floor 71. Oh, of course it does. You know, physical manual is not a terrible idea since you can use it on most classes. I don't know if I've ever seen it below 100,000 though. Actually, I don't know what price it would even be. I barely even look at prices for things I'm not interested in. And if you held out this long, next is my wizard, so I can finally show off the fancy thing it has where you don't dismount when you're attacking things. I mean, it's only on the field where you can actually be on your mount, but... Hey, would anybody like to buy a Flower Bond trophy for 150k? It's a great deal. I just realized I haven't complained about my keyboard since the start of the stream. Maybe I am getting more comfortable with it. I feel like I'm actually tabbing properly. 150k silver. Anyway, here's my wizard who looks very much like an ice whiz. She looks like an ice whiz, but she's not. Anyway, hold on a second here. We're gonna go and kill some mobs. Look at this! It looks like I'm cheating! I just click them and they die. Yeah! Wizard is the only class that can do that. It's because the projectile animation, which is like so fast it's not even visible. Like the actual travel time for the projectile is faster than the animation even. So because you don't enter combat, it's so fast you literally don't even enter combat, you don't dismount. It's pretty cool, right? So when you're doing the main quest, bounce skills are the absolute best in terms of getting through quests quickly because you kill so many enemies in one skill, right? But wizard is probably the next best when it comes to classes that don't have any bounce skills because you really do just like one tap mobs and you don't have to dismount. It's very cool. Whoa, shoot! I saw the circle vanish. Blinko, you're gonna have to go back. See, the thing about Duelist is that it's got an amazing nuke skill. The butterfly dance. It just requires a whole lot of setup. It's got ridiculously miserable AoE though, so yeah, it does take a long time to go around and complete quests and whatnot. Oh shit, when we were on Duelist I was supposed to show the envoy path with the nocturnal node, but that's my It's not a class for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. It's annoying. Yeah. But as you can see, I don't hate mine because it's level S30. And I also gave it the truest honor I could possibly bestow. I gave it the name of a villain. I actually have 2 characters that are named after villains. Oi. Plinko doesn't like one of my favorite characters, okay? It's it's probably mostly because it's my favorite. Did you do it again? Really? You see this guy? He's a murderer. How many of my characters has he murdered so far? Next time I'm taking the detonator. I'm doing it. And look, now look at all these mobs we have to kill. I'll show you what the people want. Oh gosh, can I do it though? Can I say that word? Zigga zigga? Oh. Zigga zig ah. Isn't that what it is? What does that even mean? What were the Spice Girls talking about? How many bounces? I think it depends on your level of mastery. Classes. Ravager. Oh, it's loading nice and fast now. Hold on a second. How many bounces does it have? You know? It actually doesn't say... Oh, he's gonna nuke the boss before I even get there. Enhance the skill Flames Slash. Increase high damage by 30% when hitting target. Throw up to 4 additional flying axes with chain effects. Goes up to 6, huh? It feels like so much. I think that is the highest level, or highest number of bounces for any of the classes, right? Because the other ones are usually only 4. I know, I think it's supposed to be like multiple axes breaking apart or something, maybe, because it does feel like more than 6. And its range is ridiculous. Really? You just picked a random number and I believed you? Look, I just believe people too much. I have too much faith in people. I think I need another coffee. I'm gonna start my stream next time and forget that I did this and it's just gonna be coffee. I'll make this one a little bit bigger. Do I still have my Ravager rework notes from when they did the rework? I don't know where they'd be. Ravager.txt. There we go. I'm not gonna have a heart attack. I'll be fine. Let's see. The cast range is 18 meters. No, it doesn't say in my notes here about it. Oh, I don't have any coffee to hand out. Sorry about that, Blinko. Oh, did I trigger a flag? Is that what I just did? Okay, I love this mount for this character. Because look how teeny she is on the giant dragon. I mean, I know even regular characters are small, but like, yes. Oh, shoot. No, I just accidentally clicked the wrong one twice in a row. Good job. Clearly I could use more coffee, huh? If I can't even click the right thing, that's definitely not because I've had too much. I just really love these colors on this costume. I know it's originally like a black and like turquoise costume, so it's quite a significant departure. But the fact that you can actually dye everything about it and actually get your own palette on there is really nice. Because some of the costumes have like a portion of them that is, what do you call it, like locked to a certain color. But this costume you can change everything. A flashbang popping off when you overlap some skills. I know there's certain targets where the area, like the effect of the skill on the target is like oversized. For example, when you use skills on the chest in the Temple of Gaia that like have effects that surround your targets, they tend to be ridiculously oversized. Can't say I'm familiar with that bug. Either that or it happens so often that I've completely forgot that it's even a bug. Am I out of charms? I think I am. That's what all the LP is for, though. It's all good. I just have to not... Oh, where's my escape button? Probably a bad time to buy charms when I should be dodging the AoEs. Oh, good. Oh, frick! I was gonna take the other explosives box this time. It's just... It's absolutely ingrained in my head to take that one. I'm not gonna forget next time. I'm gonna take the right box. It is 100% muscle memory. Can you believe this guy? He detonated it on a child. Like, look at this little girl. I've only got 2 more characters, so there's only 2 more shots. But I do get to that floor first. I do get there before him, so I have the opportunity. Oh boy. Can I just blame it on being a long day? I literally started training at like 6:30 this morning, 6:30 a.m. And that's where I was doing like a basically 4 hours straight of talking as we went through something like brand new with the trainees. It was it's been a long day. And that's why I went to go get a treat from the bread store before the live stream, just to keep me going. You know, for a little while, I was actually, or I suppose actually it was only for a day and a half. I was actually recording how much experience every dimension hall would net, so that I could better estimate how many days it would take to get my little cuties that I'm not actively working on leveled up. But I forgot to. There was a reason why I stopped. I think it was because the carnival buffs were throwing it off quite a bit. So I had like higher level characters getting more experience than lower level characters, so it ended up not being super helpful information. No, it doesn't depend on level, but it depends on the buffs that you have active. So, and the amount of experience it gives as a proportion of your current level is a different percent. You'd be surprised in terms of how much percent it gives. Like I said, the characters that had the carnival buff. Well, what do you mean? Why would I bother to do the math and whatnot when I could just record it every day when I'm on each character? You have your fun your way. I can do my weird, obtuse planning. Oh, the other thing I realized was that, like, characters that were in a guild that was level 10 have actually, I guess it's not a quest experience buff, but it is an experience buff. Was it a quest experience buff, actually? And then there's stuff like the guild online buff for some of my characters that are in a guild that's got an online buff. So it wasn't super consistent in terms of trying to figure out how many days it would take for me to level up characters. Listen, X, if you want to make a chart of how much percent you can expect from the quests and then find it to be wrong every day anyway because of slight nuances in terms of like your nostalgia items and whatnot, go for it. What I was trying to do was for me, not for anybody else anyway. I don't know if that sniff came through on the microphone with the background noise suppression that I have anyway, but now you're gonna make me cry. Oh wow, her inventory's a mess. I don't need that. I could probably break down some weapons here too. Not very many of those. Feel free to do that. I wasn't thinking that deeply about it. It was just interesting watching the numbers fluctuate between level. Yeah, have fun making that. If you do, share it. Actually, now that I think about it, has the database updated what the Frick, I did it again, guys! Ugh. X distracted me. This was entirely a ploy to get me to forget that I was trying to get the detonator this time. Freaking X. Hey! I swear. With friends like these. Freaking hell. Oh, and I missed one. Look, I'm so rattled I actually missed one. Oh, do I have any, terms somewhere in this mess? Oh, I do. I've already got that. Ugh. Man, see, like, I try to use the jump cast method to get out of the range of the detonator as fast as possible, but it is a pretty large circle AoE, so even using jump to break the slight route that it gives you when you finish placing a bomb as it finishes the animation, even that's not fast enough to get out of the way, because all he has to do is just target the bomb immediately and detonate it, right? Like, there's nothing I can do. Besides spawn Persephone, who's on midday, so I don't have her. What's going on in World Chat? Wow, somebody's having fun in World Chat. Alright, last character, but on this set, we are going to do every Bond dungeon. Oh, but Midday doesn't have any gear at all right now. Oh yeah, Harmonia. She's a world boss. I don't know that you'll be able to take her down on your own. She's got 5 health bars. To be honest, I'm not even sure if I could take her down on midday right now because I literally have no armor. That set that I had on my lance is what I was wearing on midday previously. Yeah, no, you're not gonna be able to beat her. I think I got a set that I can put on. An unforted magic sundering. No, Harmonia doesn't have blood armor. Does she? I don't think she does. You got me looking up the boss. Well, now you're gonna make me go look, despite the fact that I know that I don't have the stats to beat her. See? I knew she doesn't. Why, did you go run and check her out, X? Yeah, she doesn't take nearly as long as that guy that we gathered up people to fight in the, Yeah, okay. Yeah, she doesn't take anywhere near as long to fight as that guy that we gathered up people at the end of the stream where I was capping out my, my whip there. But, I mean, you might be able to one-shot her with 5 light bars. Summer edgelord. Oh, I guess it's... You're really trying to throw me off by making me forget about taking the detonator, huh? The issue with Ranger is that its attacks are really slow and they're not strong enough to make up for it. So, in order to get the most of my attacks, I have to charge them all. Like, all the way. So, in the time that I can do 1 attack, Plinko can probably use, like, 3. And in the later game, getting more hits in is more valuable than having, like, 1 strong hit in the same time. Also, I don't have any armor on, so don't forget that I'm doing 0 damage anyway right now. But the one benefit Ranger has of supposedly having ridiculously strong attacks, they're not so strong as to make up for that deficiency in terms of how many hits they're hitting. Because other classes just have so much faster attacks. Yeah, but HS can still do other hits. And Rangers are significantly weaker than those ones. Because they're what was considered, what they thought of as being a ridiculously strong 1 hit in the past. And I died. It's okay, I've got feathers. Got 159 feathers. So the other classes that have the 1 hit thing, the Holy Sword, I'd say that their 1 hit is not necessarily, like, actually just a 1 hit because they also have the fire that it puts on the ground underneath it. But it's definitely stronger than all of Warbow's skills. So the multipliers aren't as good as some of those other classes that have those ridiculous 1 hits. Obviously, Guards has the ridiculous cooldown to make up for it, but it's just not big enough. And the other benefit that Ranger has is the accuracy boosts that come from the fully charged skills. Maybe that was helpful in the past, but at present, most people don't struggle to get enough accuracy. As for me here, I simply have miserable gear. So I'm very much not showing off Ranger's good points. Oh, oh, oh. I am mostly a tag-along here. Maybe I'll switch costumes so I'm not bringing shame to the archaeologist costume. Isn't this cute? This is probably, like, my 2nd favorite costume in the game right now. Overtime costume. You know, it does look like that character from that show about overtime. That was kind of a fun show. The ending was a little bit whatever, but it was fun. I should level up my guard, actually. She's S2. I fed her a bajillion mastery books so that I could get her to level 60 when I was doing the, or level 60 mastery on both sides when I was doing that showcase of the adjustments. And, oh boy, I spent way more G than I should have on trying to get that for that video, but at the very least, it's now she's ready to go as soon as I decide that I want to get her on the grind. You know, the next class I was actually going to get into the grind set was actually a Necromancer. And as usual, the reason why I'm picking a class is for no good reason other than the fact that I have... Oh, maybe I better not do this while we're fighting a boss, huh? I mean, not that I'm going to help, I'm just going to attack it. Hold on, where's my costume weapon list? I have this here. The #1 coolest scythe costume in the game. I have it. It's very rare. Check this out. Check this super cool scythe out. I love it. It's the coolest scythe in the game. It's extremely rare. It's got the 12% dark roll. It's amazing. Wait, where's the chest? Did I even hit that last boss? Was I busy distracted by my scythe? But right, the Shield's Nightmare Scythe, orange. Very rare. Very flex. Super cool. So I kind of want to level up Scythe so that I have a good reason to use it. I kind of wish it had a glow effect, though. I'm 99% sure Plinko is trying to throw me off by going in a weird order so that I forget to take the detonator instead of the bombs, but I'm not going to forget. Yep. Oh, it's almost bedtime, though. Oh, there's my ears. I probably better keep Persephone out, though, because I'm thinking these bosses here are going to kill me in a couple hits if I don't have her. Yeah, it's pretty cute. You know, when accuracy was a struggle, Warbow carried me through. And I really do like the bow classes in general, so that is why Midday, my main, is a bow despite the... Whoa, why did I use that? Why do I have this on my skill bar? But yeah, I stuck with Warbow through the ups and downs. I'm not abandoning it. The cap for accuracy is not 100%. Yeah, hold on, if I open up my accuracy here... Oh, well, no, never mind, the boss is dead. Oh. I mean, it's annoying when you miss things, that's for sure. Okay, so way back in the day when I was making my video about what the different stats meant, because Aura Kingdom's got this weird stats that mean, like, nothing, I actually took my Lancer into a dimension hall with somebody, because obviously back in the day we had to have people with us to do dimensional halls, but I find that the first dimensional hall, the S1 dimensional hall, has a ridiculously high accuracy requirement, so I just kind of unequipped any of the secret stones with accuracy, and then I threw down a Hymn of Doom, and holy moly, just all those misses that pop up because of how many how many hits it's doing, just it gets me every time. It also could be that you just got enough accuracy now that you never notice the guys that decrease it. Does it kind of feel like I take the easy side on every single bond? Because, you know, the first time we ran them... I kind of picked at random which side I did for most things. And yet for the next section, I'm literally just gonna vibe for 3 minutes while Plinko does all the hard work. Yeah, nowadays accuracy doesn't really factor into most people's concerns at endgame. Although around S1, some people do still struggle a bit. It probably is those mobs. Where's my alt key? I don't know, it's just cute. I like this costume. Of course, the archaeology costume is my my flex, right? I should re-roll it. I kind of want to get the 20% boss monsters, but re-rolling costumes just takes so long. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah! Oh shoot, there was actually a costume recently that I picked up in a lucky Paragon roll that I got a 20% on. Which one was it? I think it was this one, right? Or was it this one? Yeah, this one. The Howdy. Plinko, please don't forget that I've got no damage right now. Yeah, this Howdy. I was using it last week on one of my characters because their costume was in the the trends, but it's pretty. And then I've got this one, which is the one that's got a raccoon on it. Your little raccoon buddy on the shoulder there. Amazing, love it, super cute. Fashion Kingdom, that's what we're here for. Yes, 85 has Reflect. S15 has Reflect too. On the first mob, anyway. Yeah, the first bond is easier if both sides have Persephone. Plinko uses it to skip some mechanics, and I use it to not die because I forgot to equip gear. Oh hey, look, the head is actually fortified a bit. Nothing else is, though. Yeah, if you don't... The first boss has a Reflect skill, but he has to activate it. Kind of like those mobs at the start of the S20 dungeon. You've probably never seen it because you're too strong. No! I did it again! You distracted me with the dimension halls. Hell. And he killed my Persephone! Got out of that one pretty quick. Oh, I might be fast enough now. I might have got good, as the kids say. Oh. So close. Come on. It was so close. Oh no! Oh, it didn't give me back my skills. Because I was dead when it was supposed to give me back my skills. It'll go away when we teleport out of here. Alright, reminder not to use a charm until after we kill the medium boss. Because he'll eat the charm even though he doesn't drop items. This song doesn't really feel suitable. Hold on. You know, I kind of want to put on the Age of Empires theme, even though I know where the stream is going to be almost over. Where'd it go? There we go. Oh, I just love this soundtrack. How many moles? 1, 2. Any hiding over here? Any hiding in there? Oh, it's midnight. That means Paragon has changed. I'm gonna say 2. I'm gonna say that there's 2 moles, and if that's wrong, it's because they're hiding in the walls. Oh yeah, this bond, you can also use Persephone to pause the miasma stacks. Another reason why we both use Persephone. I mean, as long as we don't make any mistakes on this section, like with moles hiding in the walls, it's usually okay. Red ore that drops items when gathered. What? Wait, it didn't? 2. Looks like 2. Oh, you're right, it didn't. Am I wrong? Doesn't it normally change on Saturday at midnight? Oh, I'm at 60. I probably should have been focusing more on actually bothering to use it, huh? Blue ore that doesn't drop items and white ore that does. 1, 2. 3. 4. Yeah, they don't normally say much. Oh, he already transferred. It is odd though. See, I used all my RC for this week on the Paragon that had Frigga. That started on, I guess, was it Monday? Because I really want to finish Frigga. I've been linking her for a while. I've got 19 frags total, so 1 key plus 9 frags. So I need 11 more. And I literally didn't get any Frigga frags from it. Alright, happy birthday time. Ahem. Happy birthday to you. Wow. I didn't even get to see the mid-boss. Oh no, that's the song you have to sing. It's technically actually a hymn if I open up this chat here a little bit. Do, do, re, do, fa, mi. I think that's all the bonds, right? You went out of order, so now I'm all distracted. Well, what do you mean you have to sing to do a bond? Of course you have to sing. It's mandatory that you sing it out loud too, while you walk onto the teleporters that are associated with each one of the Well, you walk on the teleporters that are associated with each one of the notes. Are you saying my singing was so bad that simply singing the first part of Happy Birthday was enough to say that I should just not sing? Is that what you're telling me? Wow. How can I be a VTuber if I can't sing? I suppose I can play games even though I suck at them too, so maybe that's not important. Auto-tune. Oh, that's a shame, X. Well, you know, I bought a plugin from a company that I use to help make the audio a little bit cleaner while I'm live streaming. Like it's a better like background noise suppression. At least I hope it's a good enough background noise suppression. They actually sell like live auto tune, like that would work with OBS. No, I did not get Merlin Resonant. Unfortunately, those new Eidolons are a little bit too expensive for what they do for my account, even though he looks very cool and I would love to have him. Like, if I was in the market for a cool dude Eidolon right now, I think I'd prefer to finish Odin over getting 1-star Merlin. Even though Merlin is very cool. Starting to think just a piece of bread wasn't enough for dinner. I don't know if I'm going to even be able to go to sleep because my stomach is grumbling at me now. I might have to get a snack. And just as a reminder for everybody watching, I have currently got extremely bad gear on, so... Yeah, I feel like the price for Eidolons tends to, like, bottom out a day or two after they've been off Paragon when people are trying to dump their frags. Not always, but that's kind of the vibe I've been getting. However, whenever I see an Eidolon I need and the frags are less than 1,000 G apiece, I kind of can't stop myself from just picking them up. Yeah, I mean, obviously a RC Paragon, but... Yeah, whenever an Eidolon that I need is below 1,000 G a frag, I really struggle to resist purchasing the frags off of the auction house. And as you guys can probably tell, I'm not even doing any damage here, so I'm just moral support. Oh look, he targeted me. Moral support must be very damaging. I'm not even using my debuffs properly. I'm just throwing skills at him to look cool. Oh, ha, ha. Alright, I do think that's about it for the day, though. My stomach is absolutely grumbling at me. And we've finished all of the Bond dungeons, so I suppose all that's left is to see whether or not I need to kill Plinko. I do. Would have been nice if we had gotten a tier spawn, though. Well, Plinko, choose your zone. It's not that I chose coffee over dinner. I went out to a bread shop, a local bread shop, and they actually had like they're fresh bread pizzas. So it was like a flat loaf of bread, or not loaf, like a flat section of bread, and then they put pepperoni and cheese on it and called it a cheese pizza or a pepperoni pizza. That's what I had for dinner, but I had kind of early. This is just making up for all those times that you killed me inside the Bond dungeon where nobody could see, okay? You deserve that. Alrighty, but with that, I do think we are done for the day. Thanks so much for stopping by, and next time I would appreciate it if you would send me all your luck so I could get a Bond trophy. That would be super cool. But thanks for stopping by and keeping me company. It was a lot of fun. So aside from the deaths, aside from Plinko killing me. And look at the nerve of this guy to use the broken heart emoji. Thanks for stopping by, Nanashi. And yeah, I think that's it. As usual, I suck at ending live streams. And you know, one of these days I'm gonna get stream has ended and a stream starting soon card, but today is not that day, so say hello to the black screen.